Welcome to Kenji's Kitchen. Today I am making pork chashu, which is a great topping for ramen noodle, or you can use for the fried rice, or sometimes I love to eat this as its own with a glass of sake. And let's make it. Let's start making a prep work first. This is 1.5 pounds of pork belly. You can use actually pork shoulder or other parts too, but the pork belly is a very popular chashu ingredient. And we are going to salt and pepper, and so let's start salting. I'm using it's a sea salt. And whoops. And also, to make this one thinner, it is easier to roll afterwards. So I'm going to pound this one, putting the plastic wrap on the top. And if you have a meat pounder like this, that's easier. But also you can use the rolling pin too. Let's do it. So after pounding, let's roll this pork belly. And the pork belly, we want to roll the skin side out. So it's like this. And I am going to use strings to make the other tie. So I tied the pork, and I think I tied a little too much. I enjoyed a little too much tying them. But you just let it sit about 30 minutes before cooking. So after 30 minutes resting, we are going to brown the pork first. So turn your heat high and medium high, and wait until it gets hot. So basically what we are going to do is we are going to make the brown mark outside of the pork so that the exterior is going to be crunchy, and also this process is rendering the some of the pork fat before we are going to put it in the next for the next step. So pan is heated, so I'm going to put the 2 tablespoons of regular cooking oil. This is canola oil. And add pork. So now pork has been browned quite well, as you can see, and I put it in a pot to fit, and I'm going to pour the water over it. Okay, so once pork is covered with the water, make sure I turn on the heat to high and make it start boiling. And once the water starts boiling, we will turn down the heat to very low and keep boiling about 1 hour, which create the water to be evaporated too. So like time to time you want to add some water, but make sure it is covered all the time. And you will see how much oils that comes out from the pork, so that it's not going to be, first of all, doing this make it like a not too oily chashu, and also doing like a low heat create much moist meat. So after 1 hour gently boiling the meat, here is the pork, and I moved to the smaller pan so that all the marinade is going to cover the pork itself. So now we are going to make the chashu going to taste like chashu. So we are going to braise them. The first, this is the 1 ounce of ginger, some more flavor. And here is the 3 ounce of green part of the leek. And 2 garlics, which has been crushed. And also, this is the half cup of sake. And here is a half cup of soy sauce. And this is 4 tablespoons of brown sugar. Then the last, this is the 1.5 cup of just the water. And again, you want to turn on the heat and make it start boiling. But once it starts boiling, you change to the gentle simmer again and simmer about 1 hour. So after 1 hour of simmering in a low temperature in the marinade, I turned off the heat and let it sit the pork chashu in the marinade until it gets room temperature. So this is after several hours of that. So before I cut, actually, I would like to talk about the marinade. So this marinade, the chashu was sitting on like several hours. This is the great part of this chashu making, because you can use this marinade for the other purposes. For example, you can use this marinade for the base of ramen, and also you can use this marinade for the ajitama, which you may have seen in my video, and you can use that ajitama for the ramen topping too. So as eating chashu for the your otsumami, which is like the eating with the your wine, sake, or beer, or drinks, you can cut a little bit the thicker side. But if you are making the ramen topping, you want to cut a little bit thinner side. By the way, when you're cut, it is much easier to cut when it is cold or room temperature. Don't cut when it is hot because it breaks. Looks really good. Smells really good too. Alright, doesn't it look really good? So let's taste now. And I put the some of the Japanese mustard, karashi mustard, which is really good with this. And when you are going to eat this, you can actually heat it up too. When you heat it up, you can just quickly put it on the hot frying pan, just like a 5 second, 10 second. So the it gets soft and really great toasty flavor too. So let me eat. The pork's great flavor is there, and chashu marinade gives it like the sweetness and also great soy flavor. And meat itself is so moist and so soft. It would be great topping for the ramens, because ramen, hot soup will melt some of that little fat still remaining on the chashu, and it's going to taste really, really, really good. I guarantee. So I hope you're going to make chashu at the home, and see you next time. Happy cooking!